Hey everyone, Decav13 here, and welcome back to some more Let's Play Fate Stay Night. Alright, moving on to day 11 now. Still coming up with some ways that we can fight Caster. No concrete plan reached yet, but we're getting there. I need a day off from school, so probably just plan today or something. I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. Day 11. Witchcraft. What did I wish for and why? There were people I couldn't save, and there was me who could not save them. That must be the reason. What happened after that, and what did I want to become? I remember the gray sky, a dark sky on the verge of crying. Then my will to live almost fades away. One only dies when their will is gone. I walk, leaving behind many people, and survive a few minutes longer than everyone else. During that process, many things died. That's why I was almost empty. If the will to live breaks, then there is nothing. If there is nothing, the only thing left is to die. And I died. Even thinking became difficult, so I closed my eyes. Right before everything turned completely black, my hand that was extended to the sky was grabbed. Yeah, I read that right. That was everything. I have nothing left. Since I didn't have anything left, that's all I had. I couldn't do it myself, so I admired it severely. That's right. I wanted to be of help to many people in the place of those I could not save. Yet, he said that it was all false. A borrowed ideal. A salvation passed around like a gold coin. An ending without a reward. What did I want to become? And for what?
正義の味方になりたかった。
It's not me that said that, but... I wake up. The sunlight is bright, telling me that it's a sunny day, unlike yesterday.
くそ、だっていうのに頭痛がする。
I don't know if it's because of what happened last night, but I didn't wake up feeling good. I must have had a bad nightmare as my temple is throbbing.
顔洗ってこよう。いや、見事に晴れてるな。
It's only 6:30 a.m., but the sky is enchantingly blue. It's also warm for a winter morning, and the snow in the yard is all gone. My sleepiness goes away once I wash my face and brush my teeth.
そっか。今日は日曜だから無理して藤根を起こすこともないんだ。
I can prepare breakfast later than usual, and we can take our time to eat. There's no one in the living room.
俺が一番だったんだ。藤根とセイバーは分かるにしても、遠坂がまだ寝てるってのは意外だな。
Oh, she's very much not a morning person. Well, anyway, I need to prepare breakfast. Even though it's the weekend, there are 4 people this morning. I should start the groundwork.
あれ、食パンないぞ。
I bought a loaf yesterday, but the whole bag is missing.
その代わりに100円玉が3枚あるのは誠意と見るべきなのか否か。
I've never encountered such a crime. The first suspect, Fujine, wouldn't do such an elaborate thing. Then there's only one culprit. Well, what should I do? I don't really care about the bread, but we have an extra mouth named Tosaka to feed this morning.
7時前。豆腐屋さんなら空いてるな。
Actually, I'll teach the culprit a lesson. Yeah, let's do that.
朝は卵焼きと味噌汁で決定。甘やかすのは良くない。うん。
More importantly, the problem is how I should deal with the intruder that attacked the kitchen in the middle of the night. Rin. I knock on the door of the guest room, but there's no response. It's almost 7 a.m. Maybe possible for Fujine, but there's no way that Tosaka, the typical model student, isn't awake at this time.
Tosaka! Tosaka! Tosaka!
That's strange. Does this mean she's somewhere else if she's not answering even after calling for her this much?
ちょっと変だぞ、これ。
I'm worried. It's not like she went out to town by herself and hasn't returned, right? I'll look inside. Alright. I'll look inside. I have to find out where the missing bread went, and I have to go find her if Tosaka isn't there. I go inside nervous for some reason.
もしもし。
I ask in a whisper, but there's no response whatsoever.
なんだ。やっぱりいないじゃんか。
The guest room was the same as always. There was nothing different than usual. The only thing was this mysterious rectangular object on the table.
なんだろう、これ。
The length and width are about 15 centimeters, and the height is about 16 centimeters. It's made out of plastic and looks like a lunchbox.
じゃなくて、弁当箱だろ、これ。
There's 3 of them stacked. I have no idea what it's used for or why it's there.
遠坂のやつ、なんだってこんなものを。
I get curious and reach out. Then, I hear a sound of something rolling over behind me. A small sigh. Cute pajamas, by the way. The sunlight must be bright since she twists her body as if she's unable to sleep well and faces this way. My thoughts are bleached white in an instant. All white. My breath stops instantly and I can't look away. I gulp. I don't even think that it's bad if I make a sound. If we're talking loud, the pounding of my heart is louder. No, calm down. Be calm, be calm. I can't afford to mess up right now. I have to leave this room as if nothing happened to ensure our cooperation runs smoothly in the future. I'll probably be killed if Tosaka wakes up now, so, if I look at Tosaka any longer, I won't be able to keep on cooperating with her.
ちょっとごめん。もう少しかかるってば。
My body jumps back. Tosaka is still sleeping. She must be a deep sleeper since she seems like she would still be sleeping if I let her be. I sigh with relief and slowly retreat. Meanwhile, I know I shouldn't be looking, but I can't take my eyes off Tosaka. There was just a girl sleeping. Tosaka's a girl, and it makes me forget that she's a mage or a master. Her breath is as if she's unable to sleep well, and her pajamas are disheveled. If I see her like this, I won't be able to talk to her naturally like I have been up to now. Uh-oh. Her defenseless sleeping face. I slowly retreat to the door, unable to look away. How long did that take? The mere 2 meters of distance felt infinitely long, and I slide out to the hallway, suppressing my heart that's about to burst. I take a deep breath. I release the breath that I've been holding this whole time. My knees give way and I fall to the floor. Well, I'm completely at fault. It's my fault, but shouldn't extenuating circumstances be taken into consideration? The moment I murmur from the bottom of my heart, I suddenly feel tired. Well, anyway. I'm glad I was able to get out before I suffocated. So no was accomplished. Anyway, I decided to go make breakfast. It'll be killing 2 birds with 1 stone because I can calm down if I make a well-prepared meal, and Tosaka will be happy if it tastes good.
おはようございます、シロ。今朝は随分とゆっくりなのですね。
Is he?
ああ、おはよう、セバ。 今日は日曜で学校がないからその分ゆっくりしていられるんだ。体の調子もいいから朝飯が終わったら道場に行こう。
I greet her while I peel the potatoes.
ええ、望むところです。ではシロ、半身の麻痺は完治したのですね。
あ、そういえばそうだった。寝てたら治ってた。まだかすかに重いけどこの分なら明日には治ってるさ。
それはよかった。マスターが傷を負ったままでは私も立つ瀬がない。シロがいつも通り厨房に立っていると私も安心できます。
Saber takes a seat at her usual position beside the table. It's 8:30 a.m. I have to say that Fujine and Tosaka are sleepyheads for not waking up yet, but I can't complain today.
そうだよな。おかげでようやく忘れてきたし。
Tosaka's sleeping face in my mind was fading away due to the potatoes and onions. I would be okay if Tosaka were to come any time now. There's no doubt I would deal with it calmly like usual, as if nothing happened.
おはようり。昨夜はゆっくり眠れたようですね。
My spine freezes. I'm too scared that I can't look back at the living room.
おはよう。別にそうでもなかったんだけどね。日差しは眩しいし、0時過ぎてもゴソゴソやってる奴らはいたし。
Tosaka replies to Saber and enters the living room. This is a crucial moment. Calm down, calm down. It's easy. I just have to brew tea for the three of us and greet her as I face her.
よし。
I put the teacups on the tray and take one final breath. From the kitchen to the living room, I put the tray on the table where they're gathered together.
よ、今朝はじゃがいもと玉ねぎさ、トサカ。
My breath stops. Tosaka is wearing something unfamiliar again. I said to calm down. It's okay. I saw her in normal clothes yesterday too. I should have some resistance now.
違う、訂正すると今朝は和食ってことなんだ。もう少しかかるからとりあえずお茶でも飲んだろ。
I put teacups in front of Tosaka and Saber. Then,
何のんびりしてるのよ。今日は出かけるんだから早く用意しなさい。
Tosaka glares at me as if to say breakfast can come later.
はあ？出かけるってどこに？
隣町までよ。本当は遠出したいけど、さすがにそこまでの余裕はないでしょ。だから妥協案ってことで。
Is this some sort of preemptive strike? I can't seem to grasp Tosaka's intentions.
はあ、妥協案は分かったけど、何しに？
何って、遊びに行くに決まってるじゃない。
Oh,
デートよ、デート。
a date.
デートって誰が誰と？
You and Rin, obviously.
私とシローが。
She says clearly. After I tilt my head in wonder,
デートって俺と遠坂が？
それ以外に誰がいるのよ。昨日の夜そう言ったでしょ。
I feel dizzy. I want to say something back, but Tosaka is standing so majestically, I can't even object.
ほら、いいから行くわよ。どうせこんなことだろうと思ってたし、お弁当作っておい
She
た
made
から。
lunch.
はい。
That's
シ
what
ロ
the
ーは
bread
この
was
ト
for.
ートバッグを持ってついてくる。
Okay. Tosaka pushes the green tote bag onto me and leaves the living room. I see her off, dumbfounded.
シロ、リンの後を追わなくていいのですか？
You probably should.
ああ、ちょっと待て遠坂。
I run in a hurry. I hear another set of footsteps. Saber's following behind me.
遅い。女の子を待たせるなんてずいぶん余裕があるのね。
I don't have any nerve. It seems it's already been decided that we're going on a date without my consultation.
いや、だから待てってば。遊びに行くってどうして？
そういう気分だから。別に構わないでしょ。
like it.
どうせ昼間は何もしないんだし。今さら逃げるなんて言わせないわよ。
確かに構わないだろうけど、ほら、そうだ、アーチャーはどうするんだよ。あいつだって反対だろう、こういうの。
Obviously, I don't care what he thinks.
アーチャーは置いてきたわ。
I left her.
今頃
She's
私の
sleeping
家
at
で
my
寝てるん
house
じゃ
right
ないか
now.
し
Oh,
ら。
okay. I can't talk down Tosaka on my own. If anyone can stop her,
そうだ、セイバーはどうするんだ？
セイバーならいいわよ、同伴しても。
defeated. All my cards are trumped with just one sentence.
いい加減観念した？なら急ぎましょう。今日はマスターの義務なんて忘れて思いっきり遊ぶんだから。
待ってたらバカ。
There's no time to be confused. Tosaka grabs my hand and runs out the door. Seems like I have no choice but to give up. Tosaka seems so energetic that I don't think I can compete with her, and I know she'll just argue me down if I protest. And I don't know why, but Saber's following us without a complaint. And, well, besides. See, it's a really nice day out today. I'm overwhelmed by the crowd the moment we get off the bus. It's lively in front of the train station. It's a nice weekend morning before 10 a.m., so it'd be weird for it to not be lively.
驚いた。休日ともなればこれほど人が集まるのですね。
Saber looks at the town, bewildered. She's never seen the town during the day, so her reaction is only natural. As I say this, I'm also stunned by the crowd.
さて、どこから行こうかしらね。二人ともリクエストある？
However, unlike us, Tosaka is full of energy.
リクエストって言われても困る。遊び場なんて知らないぞ、俺。
でしょうね。じゃあセイバーはどこか行ってみたいところとかない？
私ですか？いえ、特に関心のある場所はありません。そもそも私はシローの護衛です。これがリンとシローの休日ならば、私はいないものとして扱ってください。
そう？じゃあ私の好みでいいのね。ふふん。二人とも意見がないんだから、私の方針には絶対服従ってことで OK？
I feel a chill run up my spine. Tosaka smirks at us with a scary stare.
ちょっと待て、物騒な言い方するな。大体な、遠坂に付き合うとは言ったけど、デートするとは言ってないぞ。これはあくまでたまには息抜きをしようって3人でだな。
はい、残念。世間じゃそういうのをデートっていうの。ほら、ここまで来たんだからいい加減観念なさい。あんまり往生際が悪いと女の子に嫌われるわよ。
嫌われるって誰に？
さあ、誰でしょう。でもまあ、しぶといってのは長所かな。ね、セイバー。
はい。シローは負けず嫌いですから。戦闘において不屈の精神は心強い。
だってさ、よかったわね、シロ。
Tosaka smiles. Jeez, what's so fun about making fun of other people?
さて、それじゃあ手始めにベールデンに行きましょうか。二人とも朝食はまだでしょ？軽くお茶した後で店荒らしでもして、とりあえず体を温めよう。
Tosaka starts walking. I think Verde is the name of the new department store that they recently made.
ほら、のんびりしてると置いてくわよ。モーニングは10時までなんだから、急がないと終わっちゃうじゃない。
She won't stop, even if I call for her. Seems like Tosaka has no time to waste and won't give me the time to settle down.
シロー、リンが言ってしまいますが。
ああ、もう分かった。こうなったらどこへだって付き合ってやる。
I slap myself on both cheeks and get pumped up.
行くぞ、セイバー。はぐれるなよ。
はい。シローこそリンを見失わないように。
We both start running. In the crowded town, Tosaka doesn't look back. It seems like she's absolutely certain that we're going to follow her. And before I realize it, I've fallen into a more helpless situation.
は 初めに寄った店とは違った雰囲気ですね。リン、ここには何が？
単なる小休憩よ。二人とも疲れてると思ってね。この辺で一服しとかないとゼンマイが切れちゃいそうだから。
確かに目まぐるしい2時間でしたが、休憩を取るほどの運動量では。
そりゃセイバーはね。けど見えないところですっごくすり減ってるものもあるわけ。私たちにとっては普通の床でも、人によっては毒の沼地ってこともあるんだから。ああ、私こっちのバナナパフェね。セイバーはこっちのデビルズサンデーにしときなさい。エミヤくんは甘いのを食べる？
朝からそんなの食べるか。ブレンドでいい。
あら、男の子。でもいいの？ HP 回復しとかないと大変よ。
It goes without saying, but eating ice cream together here would be a whole other dimension, and I have no appetite to begin with. Also, she's not good with technology, yet she knows something like that?
強情強情っと。ま、それはそれで楽しいからいいけどね。
I don't know what's so fun, but the red devil is smirking. You should be the one eating the devil's sundae.
シロ、糖分を軽んじてはいけません。リンの言う通り体力を消耗しているのなら、このマンゴーラッシュ&クリームなどいかがでしょう。
Saber subtly offers me the menu.
ええ、大きな声では言えませんが、連日行軍の時など皆に隠れて甘い果物を口にしたものです。もともとはチョコレートなども錬金術から発生したものだとか。
そりゃ初耳だ。で、セイバー、マンゴーラッシュも試してみたいんだな。
はい、一口ほどいただければ幸いです。
How lonely. Saber has left my nervous self and has already fallen under Tosaka's evil influence.
あら、遠慮しなくていいのよ、セイバー。せっかくだから両方頼んじゃいましょう。
そうしたいのは山々ですが、それでは支払いに無駄が生じる。空腹ならいざ知らず、興味本位で余分な注文をするわけには。
だからその負担がデートの醍醐味なの。こういう場合、エミヤくんは笑顔でおごってくれて、私たちはエミヤくんの器の広さを実感するっていう仕組みなんだから。
なるほど、素晴らしい。相変わらずリンの采配には驚嘆するばかりです。
This is beyond the evil influence. Saber was already an enemy on Tosaka's side.
じゃあそういうことで注文確認します。バナナパフェデビルズサンデー、マンゴーラッシュとブレンドでよろしいでしょうか、お客様。
なんでお前に聞く。いいよ、好きにしろよ。どうせ拒否権ないんだろ。あと頼むならマンゴーラッシュよりスポンジオレンジの方がいいぞ。
That would probably suit Tosaka and Saber's tastes better.
ではご助言に預かりまして、そのように。エミヤくんのそういうところ大事にしてね。
So began the least relaxing break imaginable. Right, to be honest, I think I was nothing but nervous the first hour. Even by herself, Tosaka stands out. Her eye-catching, vivid red clothes and long, silky black hair. The colors alone stand out. But Tosaka herself is a flawless beauty. With Saber by her side, it goes without saying that they make a striking pair.
何？人の顔ジロジロ見て。さては緊張解けた？
まあこれだけ好き放題連れ回されればそりゃあな。
Damn it, I really hate to admit it, but Tosaka's suggestion to take a break was detestably correct.
オッケー。じゃあここからはもうちょいグレード上げていいってことね。
Grit. The strongest enemy smirks. Honestly, I can't even understand myself. I can fight back to back with her as a master, but right now, even the gestures that I've gotten used to seeing makes my heart skip a beat. It must be because I rashly got too close to her, so it's hard to interact with her normally now.
あ、そうだ。せっかくの機会だし、次はあれってみよっと。
That?
セイバー、アクセサリーに興味ある？
Oh.
装飾品ですか？収集家ではありませんが、見ていてつまらないということはありませんが。
なら次はそっち方面のお店に行きましょう。私セイバーにいろいろかけさせてみたかったのよ。
My nerves don't calm down. Her bright smile alone makes me dazzled. An unknown panic or agitation makes my chest hurt a bit. That was why I thought that we should hurry back home and devise a strategy instead of going out on a date. But, what kind of magecraft was cast to make it turn out this way?
いやー、笑った笑った。久しぶりにいいもの見せてもらったわ、ほんと。
そうでしょうか。私は判断しかねます。どうも先ほどの白は
What did you do to
あまりイ
him,
メージで
Ren?
はありません。
それがいいんじゃない。まさかメガネ一つであんなにお坊ちゃん風になるとは思わなかったな。白、あのメガネ買えばよかったのに。
Tosaga must have loved it as she's still laughing. It all happened about 10 minutes ago. I don't know what Tosaka was thinking, but she took us to the glasses shop and played around by putting on fake glasses on Saber. I became a victim of circumstance as well. One of the glasses she put on me became a hit for her. It was a pair of fake glasses with a thick frame and formal design.
たく余計なお世話だ。いいか、金輪際メガネなんてかけないからな。ただでさえ童顔なんだから、これ以上ガキに見られてたまるか。
え？ああ、そっか、自覚はあったんだ。けど心配いらないんじゃない？エミヤくん、今のままでも問題ないし。
今のままなんて問題ある。顔は仕方ないけど、もう少しぐらい背が高くならないと困る。
あら、エミヤくんの身長平均だと思うけど。
平均なもんか。それに背が高いと踏ん張りが効くだろ。せめて一斉ぐらいは背丈がないとダメだ。
だから心配ないってば。まだまだ大きくなるもの、あなた。
それは嬉しいけど、登坂、その根拠は何だよ。
おー、だって骨格はしっかりしてるんだから、ちゃんと栄養取れば育つでしょ。しっかり光合成してれば白も大きくなれるかなとか。
どこの葉っぱの話だよそれ。人をそこいらの花と一緒にすんな。
ああ、エミヤくん、もしかして怒っちゃった？
別に話半分に聞いとくよ。まあ遠坂のお墨付きなら割と期待して良さそうだし。
ええ、背のことは保証できないけど、きっととびっきりのいい男になるわ。それだけは私の保証付きよ、シロ。
Why would you say things that make my face boil?
照れてる照れてる。エミヤくん、すぐ顔に出るから好きよ。
She's playing around with me. She's definitely playing around with me.
この性悪。同学年の男からかって楽しいのかお前は。
もちろん人によるけど、シロの反応は極上だしね。
Dear God. Please give her divine punishment. Not for my sake, but for the sake of all the guys at my school.
と、シロで遊ぶのはこの辺にして本命に行きましょうか。お昼ご飯前にこうガッキーンってストレス解消していかない？
Tosaka puts her fists together and swings them.
ガッキーンってそれまさか。
It's obvious from her gesture. Well, but is it possible for a girl to suggest it as part of the date course?
何ってバッティングに決まってるじゃない、シロ。もしかして知らない？
Tosaka, the former school idol, asks me if I'm serious.
んなわけあるか。いや、俺が言いたいのはだな。バッティングセンターは女の子向けじゃない
Sure, you
って
gotta
いう
stop doing
か。
that, man. Saying that, I imagine Tosaka standing in the batter's box. Cute. Crap, it does look strange, but why does she look so reliable?
何よ、それなら水族館にでも行く？確かペンギン軍団 vs 北海の巨大アザラシ、 炎の冷凍3番勝負がやってたはずだけど、見せ物としちゃ三流よ。
Well, I think it's a second-rate attraction, but I don't know about going to an aquarium when it's such a nice day outside.
リン、そのバッティングとは何なのですか？
ああ、そうね。セイバーの得意分野よ。時に特訓の一つに挙げられる総合的な身体運動とも言えるわ。
Whoa. Tosaka's putting it in a ridiculous way.
それは聞き捨てなりませんね。
そうそう、気持ちいいからやってみなさい。セイバーなら店の景品を根こそぎ獲得できるってもんよ。
Tosaka raises Saber's expectations irresponsibly and starts walking again. I watch her back and start running, having no other choice. There's no point arguing against Tosaka's energy. I can't stop her, and it doesn't feel too bad being dragged around like this. So he likes it. So that's what it means. My nerves calmed down since I'm having fun. I was taken around so much that I didn't have time to rest, and the nervousness went away. Tosaka urges me to go to the next place, and I respond reluctantly while Saber watches over us quietly. That was really fun. The town I only used to walk by. I didn't know that all the things I didn't involve myself in were so meaningful. As soon as I think so, something like a cage falls on me and it makes sense. You don't deserve this. You're unworthy of this. Somewhere deep down I tell myself. I'm tired. I never expected that I would be at bat 5 times for 30 pitches each for a total of 150 swings. It's all because...
なんでしょうか、シロ。
Saber.
そのような目で見られると困ります。
It's because she's a sore loser.
子さんだったわ。あそこまでセイバーが勝負にこだわるなんて思わなかった。
Tosaka sighs next to me. She also...
あら、私は1ゲームだけよ。そんなにバット握ってたら手の皮が荒れちゃうもの。
said something like that, but ended up playing another game with Saber, then complained afterwards about how her shoulders were tired and her hands hurt.
何言ってんだ。遠坂は2回だけやって奥でハンドル握ってたじゃないか。俺なんて5回だぞ、5回。しかも最高速度。ああ、手を抜くとセイバーが怒るし、差をつけるとすねるんだからな。地獄のような1時間だった。
すねてなどいません。シロに対して闘志を燃やしていただけではないですか。そもそも道場での打ち合いに比べれば遊びのようなもの。そこまで疲労する方が悪いのです。
This day is great. I love this day.
納得。セイバー遊びに負けると怒るタイプだったんだ。
So it would seem. I sigh and wobble forward. Here's what I found out today. First, don't bet with Saber. Second, a ruler, the one who achieves 10 more hits than their opponent wins, becomes an eternal hell if the abilities of those playing are equal. Third, Saber is weaker than us if she limits her magical energy. Or rather, is Tosaka the abnormal one for hitting 120 kilometer per hour balls like it's nothing? It's natural since Saber is the smallest out of all of us, so it goes without saying that Tosaka is strong for a girl.
失礼ね。バッティングはイコール腕力じゃないわ。スイングスピードと命中角度さえ合ってれば女の子でも打ち返せるわよ。
そりゃ1球や2球はな。問題はその後。普通は腕の筋肉が引きつるって。お前寝る前に腕立て伏せでもしてんじゃないのか。いや、あれはそうとしか思えないバッティングだったぞ。
I say sarcastically as if to get back to her. At her. However,
してるわよ。何よ、悪い？
いや、ナイス。
nice. Sometimes she makes these counterattacks, so I wasn't able to make a comeback at all.
ともかく昼にしよう。もう2時過ぎだろ。いい加減何か食べないとめまいがしてきた。
A family restaurant along the bridge should be the most convenient around here. There's a lot on the menu, so Saber shouldn't have any complaints either.
遠坂もそれでいいよな。 別に目当ての店があるってわけじゃないだろ。
I called it Tosaka.
あるわよ。目当ての店ってわけじゃないけど、予定はちゃんと組んであるんだから。
なんだ、そうだったんだ。
ここ。
は？ここってどこさ？
Oh, the lunches she packed.
だからここ。天気もいいし、公園でお昼にするの。
I forgot about that. I look around. I don't see any food place or even a hot dog stand.
遠さか。まさか出前でも取るつもりか。
あんたね、その朝からずっと持ってる私のトートバッグは何だと思ってるのよ。
Oh. Come to think of it, she did give me this bag to carry this morning.
そこはかとなくマスタードの匂い。つまりこれは
お弁当に決まってるでしょ。それぐらい用意したって言わなかったかしらね、私。
She glares at me in objection. Come to think of it, she did say something like that.
うわ、驚いた。まさかそこまで手が込んでるとは思わなかった。
そんなの当然でしょ。私から誘ったんだから、それなりの準備はしてるわよ。
ああ、これで謎も解けた。遠坂、このために食パンを使ったんだな。いや、てっきり夜中に腹が減ったんでもしゃもしゃ食っちまったのかと思ってた。一斤丸ごと食うなんて無茶っぽいけど、遠坂ならありかなって。
I see, I see. I nod twice, thinking that I got a huge load off my chest. When I look up, Tosaka was making a scary face.
エミヤくん、
なんだろう、遠坂。
おしゃべりはそれぐらいにして、お昼ご飯の準備をしてくれない？道具一式トートバッグの中に全部入ってるから。
はい、努力します。
I secure our spot on the grass. Man, that was scary. It's bad for my heart for her to say a joke that doesn't sound like a joke with that big smile. And lunch starts 2 hours late, but
あれ？どうしたのシロ？唐突にぼーっとしちゃって。ああ、もしかして辛いの苦手だった？
right next to me, Tosaka, who's sitting in a position close enough to touch her if I reach out, says,
ああ、いや大丈夫。強烈な味付けだけどうまいぞこれ。
I say my honest opinion and take another bite.
そう、よかった。サンドイッチをまずく作るのって一種の才能でしょ。もしかしてそういういらないもんまで持っちゃったかと思ったわ。
Tosaka laughs delightfully. If I looked like I was spacing out, it was probably because she was dazzling. We eat lunch on the grass under the clear blue sky. Even that by itself is peaceful enough, but having Tosaka there is more than I can handle, and my nerves from this morning return.
おう、口元にトマトが残ってる。取ってあげよっか。
突然何言い出すんだよお前。それぐらい自分で取る。
I wipe my mouth with my sleeve. Shoot. I got an unlucky red stain on my clothes now.
あっちゃ、ちょい悪ふざけが過ぎたか。ごめんね。シロがあまりにも予想通りの反応するから、つい面白くって。
I don't know if she's apologizing or suppressing her laughter, but she hands me a napkin while she holds her stomach.
いいよ。どうせ今日は一日中こんなもんなんだ。気にしない。
I accept the napkin and wipe my sleeve. The red stain doesn't come off. Tosaka must have used an original sauce. The stain is quite stubborn and doesn't easily come off.
けど今に見てろよ。今日の教訓を生かして、明日からはちょっとやそっとじゃ動じなくなってやる。いいか、いつまでも思い通りになると思うなよ。
へえ、じゃあ明日からは手加減なしでできるわけね。よかった。いい加減猫をかぶるのにも飽きてたところだったんだ。
The red devil replies calmly.
いや、今の取り消し。もうちょっと時間がかかるから、 しばらく今のレベルで抑えてくれると助かる。
そう？シロがそう言うならいいけど、レベルアップしたくなったら教えてね。遠慮なく叩きのめしてあげるから。
くそ、いつか帰り討ちにしてやる。
I'm not bitter that I lost, but I complain like I am. It's somehow really vexing, so I take it out on the sandwich in front of me. I eat up the sandwiches. I was hungry and it's Tosaka's handmade meal, so I'm going to eat it all by myself. Well, Saber already consumed a third of the sandwiches. So Saber and I eat the sandwiches. Tosaka must be full as she watches us.
体の調子良さそうじゃない。これなら午後は遠慮なく引っ張り回しても良さそうね。
She makes an evil smile again. That's more like she's looking forward to seeing me worn out from being dragged around than the actual activities itself.
甘く見るな。この程度引っ張り回されたぐらいで値を上げるもんか。昨日ならいざ知らず、今日はずっと調子がいいんだから。
そうなんだ。ならもう大丈夫かな。
Tosaka sighs with relief and reaches for a sandwich. It's as if the weight is off her shoulders. The moment I tilt my head, wondering why she would say that, everything fits together. Come to think of it, it was really unnatural. The reason Tosaka came to my place. Archer knew what was wrong with my body. He must have heard that I projected his swords and knew there was something wrong with my body. That's fine. But Archer, who wasn't there at the time, knew about the projection because Tosaka told him. Then, just like Tosaka told Archer about our battle with Castor, didn't Archer tell Tosaka about the penalty on my body?
Tosaka.
何？
お前、なんだって昨日うちに来たんだ。しかも泊まっていくなんておかしいぞ。昨日は藤姉にかき回されて気がつかなかったけど。
A brief moment. But I hear Tosaka gasp.
なんでって、別に理由はないけど、昨日のはただの気まぐれよ。たまにはああいうのもいいかなって。
そうか。確かに昨日は賑やかで楽しかった。
でしょ？
うん。何もなかったけど、ありがとう。
Wow. She turned red in an instant.
何勘違いしてんのよ。私は別にシロを気遣ったわけじゃなくて。
Uh-huh.
ああ、協力者が減るのはマイナスだもんな。だから様子を見に来たんだろ。
そうよ。よくわかってるじゃない。
Yes, totally why.
ああ、けど、たとえそうでも感謝してる。遠坂が何企んでいたかは知らないけど、気を使ってくれたことだけは絶対なんだからな。
She groans in dissatisfaction with her face still red. That gesture is so cute it makes me smile.
なるほど。そっか。
I guess I get it. It might be a different kind, but making the person you like embarrassed makes me really happy. The weather changes once we finish lunch. The sky that was clear is now clouded and it looks like it could rain at any moment.
仕方ないか。傘もないし、今日はもう帰りましょう。
There's no objection. Tosaka started this to begin with, so it's her duty to call it a day as well. We get off the bus. It's about to start raining right as we reach the usual intersection.
今日は楽しかった？
Just as we got off the bus and we're about to head to the hill, Tosaka suddenly asks me that. I don't even need to answer. There's no doubt it was fun. It's like an extraordinary feat of strength, as if I was thrown into a washing machine and spun around. I feel like my nervousness and confusion were washed away along with the stains. But that is...
どうなの？楽しかった？シロ。
ああ、参った。こんなに遊んだのは久しぶりだ。よくもあそこまで振り回してくれたな。
The more fun it is, the more uncomfortable I get, feeling like I'm unworthy of such a thing.
そう。 シローが何を考えているか知らないけど、楽しいんなら素直に楽しいって言いなさいよ。ここまでエスコートした私に失礼じゃない。
いや、そんなつもりじゃなくてだな。
あるわよ。あんた無意識にブレーキかけちゃってるもの。前に何があったか知らないけど、そんなに辛いことだったらいっそ忘れた方が楽じゃないの？
My breath stops. It's like she stuck a knife deep into my affected area with unexpected agility.
遠坂、それは。
さあ、私の知ったことじゃないわ。まあ、当初の目的は果たしたし、あとはそっちの問題か。
Tosaka heads towards the hill with her hair flowing in the wind. Not in the direction lined up with the Western-style houses, but the slope where the Japanese-style houses are. I stand there in a daze.
シロ、家に帰らないのですか？じき雨が降ってきますが。
ああ、そうだな。行こう。
Being urged by Saber, I turn towards the hill. What the hell was that? As soon as I return home, I'm overwhelmed by a strong sense of discomfort. Nothing is missing, yet I feel a sense of loss, like nothing is right. Both their faces stiffen. So does mine. The identity of this feeling. It's the same, yet the building is stripped of something important. The thing missing from the house is...
結界がなくなってる。
Uh-oh. The bounded field that my old man set up. The bounded field that notifies us if something hostile intrudes has been forcefully cut off.
誰かが留守中に押し入ったみたいね。出かけてたのは幸いか。
シロ、タイガは？
Oh no. After being astonished, I start running. There's no time to think.
待ちなさい。中にまだ敵がいるかもしれないじゃない。
I hear a sound. I feel stagnation in the air once I open the door. The aftermath of someone intruding. The air is heavy like silk with a small amount of impurity in place of a bounded field. I run with my shoes still on. I have no time to take them off or even to think to do so. I enter the living room. The light isn't on. Under the gray sky in the dark living room,
あら、このまま連れ去ろうと思ったのに、いいタイミングで現れるのね、坊や。
there was an unconscious Fujine and Castor, the enemy.
キャスター。
I hear Saber's voice behind me. The two rush over and stop, seeing Castor. It must be because Fujine is being held hostage. If Saber and Tosaka were to attack, Castor would cast a spell. It would be faster than any of us, even if Saber were to charge forward, or Tosaka were to cast a spell. Castor's fingertip would light up first. That position, if that happens, the head will splutter like a tomato. My mind freezes. I'm furious. My blood is boiling with anger, so much that my vision is about to turn red. Yet my mind is awfully objective. I didn't know that you became calm once your anger surpasses a certain limit.
不用心よ坊や。魔術師であるのなら、結界にはもっと力を入れないと。
She snickers. I accept even that as if it's happening to someone else.
殊勝な心がけねえ、キャスター。自分からこっちの陣営にやってくるなんて降伏宣言のつもり？
ええ、似たような要件よ。もっとも許しを請うのはあなたたちの方でしょうけど。
Their voices are enough to create sparks between them. Tosaka keeps glaring at Castor without doing anything. If she moves, we'll die. If she were to move, then I'll... Tosaka before Castor.
で、人質を取って何をするっていうのよ、あんた。
あなたに用はないわ。関心があるのはそこの坊やよ。ねえ、私が持ちかけた話をまだ覚えていて。
The incident at the temple. Castor told Archer and I to be her subordinates.
あんた、まだ懲りずにそんなこと。
Tosaka's angry. That's unexpected. Archer must have actually reported to Tosaka.
懲りる？そうね。本来なら一度断った人間に関心なんて持たない。けれど、それも相手によるのよ、お嬢さん。
Castor is looking only at me.
あなたは面白いわ、坊や。聖杯戦争は今回で5回目。そのいずれもあなたのようなケースはなかったでしょう。殺してしまうのは簡単。けれどせっかくの貴重なサンプルだもの。できれば殺さずに手に入れたい。分かって。こんな無粋な真似をするのもあなたを生きたまま仲間にしたいからなのよ。
That means, if I refuse, she will kill.
私は主の命に背いてここまで来た。そこまであなたを評価しているのだから、こちらの熱意も信用できるのではなくて？
何勝手なこと言ってんのよ。マスターに黙って好き勝手やってるやつが。
あら嫉妬？でも残念。悪いけどあなたに興味はないの。魔術師としては優秀みたいだけど、私には到底及ばないわ。その点そこの坊やは理想的よ。魔術師として未熟だもの。御するのはたやすいですし。
Charming, derisive laughter. Castor presses for my answer while digging her fingers into the back of his neck.
困った子ね。悩むことなどないでしょうに。聖杯を手に入れるのは私以外にない。この町はとっくに私のものだもの。いくらあなたのセイバーが優れていようと、無尽蔵の魔力を持つ私を倒すことはできないわ。
Saber's presence moves. She's ready for war. She would immediately charge at Castor if she sees an opening.
だから無駄なのよ、セイバー。いいこと？ここでこうしている私でさえ影に過ぎない。
Yeah, of course. Too much of a coward to step out of the temple and do this shit.
私の力の供給源は町に住むすべての人間。1000人単位でマスターを持っているようなものよ。それがどういうことか分かって？
貴様、まさか。
そう。魔力のない人間でも魂そのものは別でしょ。私たちはもともとソウルイーターだもの。マスターから命という魔力を奪えば、いくらでも魔力は引き出せる。あなたのその怪物じみた宝具も今の私なら何度だって扱えるわ。
An almost inexhaustible source of supply. Magical energy sucked out from the people in the city. Is she saying she'll win because she has that? Is she boasting that she's invincible because she uses innocent people like... It's the same as that time. She's still laughing while sacrificing others. The firing hammer rises. Heat returns to my mind that was frozen from being too objective.
さあ、答えを聞かせて、エミやシロ。あなたに勝ち目はないわ。セーバーと共に私に従ってくれるかしら。
藤姉を話せ。
話を聞いてなかったのかしら。私に下りなさいと言ったのよ。
うるさい。藤姉を話せ。
There's nothing else. I don't have a single thing to hand her. A grinding sound. After Castor grits her teeth in irritation, she sighs as if to calm herself down.
わかったわ。交渉は決裂というわけね。聖杯を手に入れられるマスターは一人だけだもの。
違う。聖杯とかそういうのは関係ない。俺はお前とは組まないだけだ。
そう。嫌われたものね、私も。
Is that really any kind of fucking surprise? There's no contempt in her quiet voice. In return, it's only filled with anger.
本当に残念。あなたを気に入っていたという気持ちに嘘はなかっただけね。もしあなたが私に協力してくれたなら、聖杯を分けてあげてもよかったの。
それこそ余計なお世話だ。 俺はお前みたいなやつを止めるために戦うって決めたんだ。聖杯なんて関係ない。そんなことより藤根を離せ。
I glare at Castor. Receiving my stare filled with enmity, Castor... She laughs as if it's funny for some reason.
お前
あら気に障った？けどあなたも悪いのよ。心にもないことを口にするから。
I never said anything I don't mean.
聖杯なんて関係ない？本当にそうなのかしらね。聖杯なんて関係ない。そう言葉にする時点で、あなたは聖杯を憎んでいるのではなくて？
For a moment, my heart froze.
シロ
I'm frozen and I can't understand anything. Not even Tosaka's eyes that look at me with worry, nor Saber's face that's lowered in pain. Not even the extremely unpleasant nausea that rises up to my throat.
知ってるわよ、エミヤシロ。前回の戦いは10年前だったんですって。その時にあなたは全てを失った。炎の中に一人取り残され、死を待つだけだったあなたは、エミヤキリツグに拾われた。
How do you know all this?
だから本当はこの家の子供じゃないのよ、あなたは。にもかかわらず、なりたくもない魔術師にさせられて、今まで苦しんできたんでしょ。
嘘。エミヤ君、今の話。
そう、あなたにとって聖杯は憎むべき敵だった。そんなあなたがこの戦いに参加するなんて皮肉な話ね。あなたの気持ちはわかるわ。誰だって不当に自身の幸福を奪われては恨まずにはいられない。ええ、私が気に入ったのはそういうエミやシローの過去よ。あなたには復讐の資格がある。聖杯を手に入れて10年前の清算をする権利がある。だからあなたを仲間にしてあげてもいいと思った。さあ、考え直しなさい、坊や。私だって戦いを望んではいない。だって殺し合いなんて馬鹿らしいでしょ。聖杯に無限の富があるのなら、いくら分けてもそこは尽きないはず。なら信用に足る者たちなら聖杯を共有してもいいのではなくて？
There are no lies in those words. Castor must genuinely think so.
復讐なさい、エミやシロ。聖杯は私の手にあるも同然。あなたの願いを叶えてあげることぐらい造作もないわ。
よまいごとだ、キャスター。サーバントが最後の一人になるまで聖杯は現れない。そのような名言で私のマスターを侮辱するな。
いいえ、戦わなくとも聖杯が手に入る方法はあるのよ、セイバー。他のサーバントには無理でも、キャスターである私には聖杯のからくりは読み取れる。そうね、膨大な魔力出力を誇るあなたが手を貸してくれるなら、今からでも聖杯を呼び出すことは可能でしょう。
That creates a crack in Saber's spirit, because Saber herself can feel that there are no lies in Castor's words.
さあ、これが最後よ、坊や。無益な戦いは避けたいのでしょ。なら私に従いなさい。セイバーを私に渡し、あなたが私に協力するというのなら、聖杯はあなたたちに預けるわ。
The final negotiation. Saber is perplexed. Battles should be avoided if they can be avoided, so it would be impeccable if it were possible to obtain the Holy Grail that way. Besides, the enemy has its life in her hands. There's only one answer. Even Tosaka is biting her lip as if she's given up. I refuse.
断る。お前の話には乗らない。
I say to the mage without looking away. 3 people gasp. Nobody here expected me to choose that option.
あなた正気？自分がどんな立場にいるか分かっていて。
ああ、お前の言い分は分かった。確かに正しいことを言ってると思う。
If we can avoid battles, we should avoid them. And if the Holy Grail can be shared, we should share it. But...
けど人を無差別に襲っている魔女には協力しない。お前の言い分は正しいけど、その手段は間違ってる。それにもう一つ、俺は無理やり魔術師になったんじゃない。自分から進んで親父の後を継いだんだ。それをお前にとやかく言われる筋合いはない。
そうならあなたはいらないわ。ここで消えてしまいなさい。
Castor's voice is filled with murderous intent.
貴様。
At the same time, Saber braces herself. Seeing that,
動くな、セイバー。
I stop her with all my might.
頼む、動かないでくれ、セイバー。遠坂のだ。今は動くわけにはいかない。
She'll be killed if anyone else moves. In this house, I would lose the person who has been like my older sister and stay with me until now in this very living room.
シロですが。
バカならどうして断ったりしたのよ。
Still, they both stopped. I take one step towards Castor, trying to hide them.
あら、全くの考えなしかと思ったけど、自分の立場ぐらいは理解していたようね。
A smile returns to Castor's face. That arm. Her left arm that was carrying Fujine points slowly at me.
卑怯者、無抵抗のシロを殺すつもり？
まさか命まで取りはしませんよ。坊やにはマスターで亡くなってもらうだけ。私の仲間にはならないけれど、この娘は救いたい。そういうのならそれぐらいの覚悟はあったのでしょ。
Saber's breath stops. I apologize to Saber in my head and take one step closer to Castor.
分かった。けどどうやって令状を渡せばいい？人に渡す方法なんて俺は知らない。
シロダメだ、そんなことをしても。
そうね、邪魔が入らなければ移植はできるのだけど、ここでは望めそうにない。落ち着ける場所に移動しないと移植は無理でしょう。だから皮ごと剥ぎ取りなさい、ここで。
The Black Witch says with a smile.
ここまでです。シロ、タイガのことは諦めてください。これ以上キャスターの思い通りにはさせられない。
私も同意見よ。だいたいあいつが人質を解放する玉かっていうの。一度言いなりになったら最後まで利用されるだけよ。
Both are right. That's why for now I can only apologize to them in my head.
持っていけ。これでいいんだろ。
I raise my left arm. Castor should be able to take away my command spell along with my flesh in just one word.
シロダメだ。
なんだってのよあんたは。そこまでして他人を助ける必要はないでしょ。
ある。この程度で藤姉が助かるならそんなの考えるまでもない。
I show my left arm to Castor.
いいわ、こちらに来なさい、エミやシロ。何を企んでいるかは知らないけど、どんな奇襲より私の指の方が早いのだから。
Castor does not seem to trust me, as she carefully puts distance between us. I walk closer. Castor's right in front of me, and I'm far from the other two. I walked to a position where I couldn't escape from and offered my left arm. The Black Witch watches me in astonishment.
驚いたわ、大した善人ね坊や。いいわ、あなたの誠意に免じてこの女は返してあげる。
Her robe flutters. While keeping her grip on Fujine's neck with her left arm, Castor takes out a dagger with her remaining right hand.
お笑い草ね。これなら手間をかける必要もなかった。本当にバカな子。目障りだからあなたみたいなお人よしは死んでしまいなさい。
She swings her dagger. It goes not from my arm, but down towards my chest as if to take my heart.
キャスター
She explodes. Saber steps in with speed that I can only imagine. That speed must have been faster than Castor had expected, as she is unable to react to her dagger being repelled. Castor retreats and Saber goes after her. She must have realized that she can't get away.
そうなら
Smiling happily, Castor puts strength into her right arm and...
やめてくれサイバー
I pray from the bottom of my heart and extend my raised left arm. And that's the last command spell.
白レジオ
Saber stops. Her movements are stopped by the absolute obedience enforced by the command spell. There. With a thud, the dagger is stabbed as easily as making footsteps in snow. An illusion as though time has stopped. Saber looks down at her own chest, dumbfounded.
キャスター貴様
そうこれが私の宝具よセイバー。何の殺傷能力もない儀礼用の鍵に過ぎない。けれどこれはね、あらゆる契約を覆す裏切りの刃。あなたもこれで私と同じ。主を裏切り、その剣を私に預けなさい。
A red light shines through. Ominous magical energy flows out. It goes through Saber's whole body and destroys every rule that disciplined her. It completely cuts my connection with Saber. Saber crumbles to the floor. A bruise-like seal appears on her forehead. 3 seals appear on Castor, who's standing beside her. The command spell that binds servants. The proof of being Saber's master that used to be on me is now on her arm.
驚いたかしら。これが私の宝具、ルールブレイカー。この世界にかけられたあらゆる魔術を無効化する裏切りと否定の剣。
Saber's panting on the floor, as if she's fighting against a poison that entered her body.
あんたサーバントのくせにサーバント。
ええ、使い魔にしたのよお嬢さん。これで計画通り。エミやシローはマスターではなくなり、セイバーは私のものになった。この娘さえ手中に収めてしまえば恐れるものは何もない。そうよ、あのバーサーカーが私を襲おうと関係ない。今度は私から攻め入ってあげましょう。
Castor laughs loudly and holds the collapsed Fujine in her arms.
ほら、返してあげるわおバカさん。大事な人なんでしょ。なら死んでしまわないように最後まで頑張らないとダメよ。
Fujine's body floats. As if being pulled by an invisible arm, Fujine's body levitates.
藤根
I catch her at once.
藤根大丈夫か藤根
There's no reply. But her body is warm. Fujine is unconscious, but she's breathing and doesn't have a single wound. I sigh with relief.
満足したかしら。約束だものね。その娘は助けてあげる。それにそうね、あなたも見逃してあげましょう。先ほどの見せ物、頭にくるぐらい素敵だったから。けれど
そうまあそういう流れになるわよね普通。
ええ、戯れはここまでよお嬢さん。さあセイバー、 アーチャーのマスターを仕留めなさい。邪魔をするようならあなたのマスターだった子も殺していいわ。
ふざけるな。誰が貴様などに。
Saber glares at Castor, still on her knees.
いいえ、従うのよセイバー。あなたはもう私のもの。この霊樹がある限り身も心も私には逆らえない。
Saber's voice is filled with pain. But on the other hand, Saber's body slowly gets up against her will. Saber's body moves. She charges towards Tosaka at the same speed as before, and she thrusts her sword. I feel a dull pain in my shoulder. I feel the steel stabbing into my shoulder. Saber's sword that should be invisible emerges faintly with my blood.
バカ、なんで。
I hear Tosaka's voice from right behind me. But even if she says that, there's nothing I can do. My body just moved on its own, and above all, I didn't want to see Saber attack Tosaka. I didn't want to see it, so I just went in between them. My body jumps. Saber's sword doesn't stop its force. It rips my flesh and scrapes my collarbone. The blade will eventually tear the blood vessels in my neck, and I will die. That's not good. I'm still carrying Fujine, and Tosaka's behind me.
残念。もったいないわね。その子には興味があったのだけれど。
Far away, Castor is saying something.
霊樹に従いなさいセイバー。そのままもろとも切り落とせば2人減るわ。
A ruthless order. Making sounds as if resisting it. Saber's arm shakes while stopping.
バカな。セイバーの大魔力は霊樹の縛りにさえ抗うというの。
Castor's astonished. Still looking down, Saber desperately bites her lips and pulls back her sword.
言って。
A squeezed out whisper. Something drips. Crying from her downcast face.
逃げて。シロ。
Saber pleads with such earnesty that she might cough up blood.
シロ、来なさい。
待て、トサカ。
Tosaka pulls my hand and I start running. The wound on my shoulder is so hot that I can't think properly. Still, I have Fujine in my arms, so I accept that running is my only option. No. I have no choice but to accept it. What a contradiction. She threw away her pride as a swordsman and told me to run. Accepting that wish would be the greatest consolation for her right now. But on the other hand, abandoning her tears and running away itself means losing her. I'm out of breath. I don't know where I ran, but when I realize it, I see a familiar Western-style mansion towering in front of me.
シロ、こっち。意識はある？まだ歩ける？
I run, being pulled by someone. My body is strangely light. It must have gotten lighter after losing my insides. Or did I lose my senses? The only weight I feel is Fujine's body that I'm holding with one arm. I can't see well. I'm not sure where I'm walking or what I'm doing.
藤村先生はそこに寝かせて。ちょっと聞いてるのシロ。いいから、ここなら安全だから手を離しなさいっての。
Someone takes away the person I'm holding. The important weight disappears. My body becomes heavy in return. My body that was once light turns into iron and I collapse, unable to even stand.
ハチャ、急いで。手当てをするから私の部屋に。
I hear someone's voice. My body is heavy and hot. I imagine turning red. Does it get this hot when you put steel in fire to make a sword? The heat gradually cools down as I pass time uselessly. A room I don't know. I look up at the ceiling with a boiling head. That's all I can do. It seems like I'm lying on a bed.
私じゃ治せない。この傷じゃこれ以上は戦えないでしょうけど。もうマスターじゃないんだから戦う理由もないか。
A voice that has regained its calm unlike earlier. The person who brought me here and treated my wound.
ここまでね。シローはもう戦わなくていいわ。
Said those words. I try to say something and my vision turns black. My eyelids fall. Anesthesia puts my body to sleep. I feel someone leaving and hear the sound of a door closing. My consciousness cut out there. The sun sets. The sun that wasn't even visible sets, and the sky that was already gloomy gets even darker.
そうか。セイバーが奪われたか。
That was Archer's only response. His master, Rin Tosaka, stated the truth simply, but his brevity surpasses hers.
それだけ？これでキャスターの下にいるサーバントは2人よ。何か他に感想はないの？
ああ。これといった打開策は思いつかないな。だが、奴の宝具が判明しただけでも良しとするべきだ。サーバントとマスターの契約を断つか。事前にそれを知っておけば、うまくことを運べるだろう。
それはそうだけど、ずいぶん無関心なのね、ハーチャー。あなた、セイバーに肩入れしてたんじゃないの？
そんな素振りを見せたつもりはないが、何をもってそう思う、リム。
そうね。女の勘で納得できる？
却下だ。女という年か君は。まず色感が足りない。優雅さも不足だ。おまけに、これが致命的なのだが、とにかく可愛さが分かりづらい。
Rin, he's wrong on all counts.
なんだ、ようやく調子出てきたわね、あんた。
She smiles happily. It's not Archer if he's not like this. An unemotional Archer is not a partner Rin trusts. Her partner always has to be composed and speak sarcastically to anyone, regardless of who it is. Rin realizes that this is the knight's kindness. Speaking sarcastically is like him indirectly telling others to fix parts of themselves.
そう。じゃあ、確証その1。あなた、初めてセイバーと会った時、手を抜いてたでしょ。いくらセイバーが強いって言っても、守り上手なあなたが一撃で倒されるとは思えないのよね。
あれは不意打ちだったからな。君と同じ予想外の展開には弱いんだ。
余計なお世話よ。で、確証その2。ライダーの一件の後、セイバーを挑発してたでしょ。あれってどう考えてもあんたらしくないのよね。それで少し見方を変えてみたら分かっちゃった。あなた、あの時セイバーを叱ってたんでしょ。正解？やっぱりね、そうじゃないかと思ってたんだ。前世からの因縁にしろ何にせよ、あんたがあそこまで冷たい態度を取るなんて珍しいもの。
そうかな。私は誰に対してもああいった対応をしていると思うのだが。
そう思うは本人ばかりってね。思うんだけど、あなたって自分に関することだけは不器用なのよ。周りに対してはすごく器用だからつい騙されちゃうんだけど。
My lights just flickered. That's not good. Archer frowns as if reflecting on himself. Seems like he's aware of it. The Red Knight goes silent with a troubled expression. His master looks at that with pleasure. Then, suddenly...
で、そろそろ思い出した？自分がどこの英雄か。セイバーと関係があるなら、セイバーに近い時代の英雄なんでしょ？
She asks, as if to test him.
いや、もやがかかったままだ。だが、君の言う通り、あのセイバーには覚えがある。あちらは知らないようだから、あまり深い関係ではなかったようだが。
ふん、じゃあ友人とか恋人関係じゃなかったのね。残念。そうだったらセイバーの正体も分かったのに。
She doesn't sound disappointed. A forced line that's not genuine.
まあ、いずれ思い出すさ。それより、リン、連れ込んできた者の様子はどうだ？命に別状はないのか？
うん。なんとか命は取り留めたわ。あいつ、昨日まで怪我を負っても勝手に治ってたくせに、今回の傷は全然治らないのよ。契約が切れたら、セイバーからもらっていた治癒能力がなくなったんでしょうね。けど、まあなんとかなったわ。幸い急所は外れてたし、3日ほど安静にしていれば食事ぐらいはできるようになる。
いや、そっちじゃない。もう一人の方だ。
ああ、藤村先生。あの人なら寝室で寝かせてあるわ。キャスターの眠りの魔術を受けているけど、本人はすっごく元気よ。処置はしてきたから1週間眠り続けても支障はないわ。
そうか。だがキャスターの魔術なら眠り姫になりかねないな。あの女のそれは魔術というより呪いだ。
And how do you propose we do that,
本
Archer?
人を倒すのが手っ取り早い。
It's kind of the problem we're facing right now.
そうね。どのみち聖杯戦争も長くは続かない。一日でも早くキャスターは倒すし、藤村先生ならひょっこり自力で起きそうだし。
Archer agrees. After a brief pause in the conversation,
キャスター退治が最優先だな。マスターが一人減ったとはいえ、セイバーは健在だ。余裕はないぞ、リン。
分かってる。すぐに街に出るわ。いくらキャスターでもセイバーを完全に支配するには時間がかかるはず。できればセイバーが操られる前にキャスターを倒さないと。
了解だ。ではあの小僧との契約もここまでだな。えではない。エミヤシロはマスターではないのだろう。ならば戦力にはならんし、わざわざ守ってやる必要もない。君が使った2つ目の霊樹はこれで解約ということだ。どうした？まさか共に戦ったよしみで面倒を見るなどというのではなかろうな。
まさかそこまでお人よしじゃないわ。
なら
けどまだ終わってない。あいつが自分から降りるっていうまで約束は破らない。私は突っぱねるけど、あいつが参ったっていうまでは終わらせちゃいけないんだから。
she declares, even though she is not sure. Besides, how can he rebel against that?
それが私の方針よ。文句ある？あーちゃん。
仕方あるまい。君がそういう人間だということは言いたいほど分かっている。
His reply is sarcastic. She snorts as she orders him.
行くわよ、あーちゃん。どうしてか知らないけどキャスターは竜道寺に戻っていない。なら探し出して戻る前に倒しましょう。
There's no need to answer. The knight in red silently nods and follows behind his master. There are still masses of gloomy clouds in the sky. A moonless night. She departs with an archer to aim at her target. It feels like I just got punched. Oh. I wake up from the pain in my shoulder. My body is still intact. I can still feel my limbs and hear the sound of my own breathing. My shoulder is wrapped up in a bandage, and the bed I'm sleeping on is soft. An unfamiliar room. If I remember correctly, someone said something.
ここまでね。シロはもう戦わなくて。
get up. I remember everything and jump out of bed. Pain causes my back to arch. I touch my left shoulder. It still burns like fire. It feels much worse than a pulled muscle. Well, I'm lucky that my arm is still attached since it was pierced through with a sword, but honestly, it hurts pretty badly. I slowly get out of bed. If I clench my teeth, I can somehow bear this pain. Then... the heat from my shoulder reaches my head. I shake that off and move my legs. Yeah, there shouldn't be anyone. I remember Tosaka's words. She said those words and left. So she must have gone out to fight by herself. I head to the door. I must go outside. I need to go outside and find Tosaka. I'm going to fall. I almost fall, so I support myself using the dressing table. It's useless. I fall to the floor along with the dressing table that I leaned on. I collect the scattered accessories and put them back. I see something familiar amongst them. I've seen this somewhere. Yeah, it was like this back then, too. The night I got stabbed in the chest by Lancer. I got a fatal wound and was healed before I knew it. I think there was something I picked up when I left the hallway with a sluggish body. It's hot. The poison from my shoulder circulates to my brain and makes me lax. I can tell, but I can't gather my thoughts. Things that I had believed were dreams until now. Or whose servant was fighting Lancer at the time. Or who could save me when I was dying, and who had the necessity to be there. There's no need to think about those things anymore, yet my head is spinning. I feel dizzy. I'm a mess from the pain, heat, my own stupidity. I move my legs. Anyway, I have to look for her now. I have something I want to say, and now I have something I have to tell her. That's all I can think about with this brain that's as mushy as stew. I was in front of the train station before I realized it. My hazy mind moves with only vague images. That she's there. It's ordering me to go there to look for her. I don't know why I'm drawn here. My boiled brain only thought of this building. Then I can only follow my instincts. I don't have any other way to find Tosaka to start with. Whatever that may be, I can only cling to something. I go out to the rooftop. The wind that blows high up is cold and cools my heated head down a bit. A faint gasp. Tosaka was looking down at the town from the rooftop just as she had been that night.
帰りなさい。何のつもりか知らないけど、目障りよ、あなた。
She looks at me angrily. Behind me, there's someone silently telling me that it's not my turn.
帰らない。戻るときは遠坂とだ。一緒に戦うって約束しただろう、俺たちは。
I pull my hazy mind together with force and somehow move my mouth.
そんな約束忘れなさい。だいたい今のあなたに何ができるっていうのよ。セイバーを失ったあなたにマスターの相手は務まらない。
それは
それにあなたが戦う必要なんてもうないわ。マスターじゃなくなったんだから、教会に逃げ込めば安全よ。あとはおとなしくしていれば聖杯戦争は終わってくれる。
I almost faint hearing those words.
バカ言うな。セイバーをあのままにしておけるか。いいか、一度戦うと言ったんだ。なあ、どんなことになったって最後まで
My vision turns red. I can't talk. Just by yelling, all the muscles in my body cramp up and I feel like I'm going to die.
それ見なさい。今まではセイバーの助けがあったけど、なくなればそうなるのよ。いい？エミヤ君。人間は傷つけば死ぬの。あなたのその傷だって本来なら致命傷なんだから。
I wonder if that's the line that they actually translated properly this time. Right enough from the fan translation, humans die when they're killed. Damn it. I know that already. I know, but I'm in so much pain that the words I need to say can't come out.
それにセイバーがどうのこうのって言うけど、それはあなたが気にかける問題じゃないわ。エミヤ君はマスターじゃなくなったんだから、セイバーがどうなろうと関係ないでしょ。
It does concern me. This pain is proof that I've been saved by Saber until now.
違う、マスターでなくてもだ。セイバーは嫌がっていた。あんな奴の言いなりになんてさせられ。
そう。けどあなたは無力よ。いいわ。あなたが認めようとしないのなら、代わりに私が言ってあげる。今のあなたじゃセイバーを助けることなんてできない。
The heat disappears. Even the boiling in my mind froze with those cold-hearted words.
話はここまでよ。セイバーはいなくなってマスターでもなくなった。聖杯戦争なんていう殺し合いに巻き込まれる理由はなくなったんだから、ここで白は降りなさい。
Tosaka turns around and leaves. Amidst the wind blowing at the building, Tosaka kicks at the ground without any hesitation.
バカ、何考え。
I reach out frantically. There's no need for that. The Red Knight appears beside Tosaka as if to protect her. Even if she jumps from this height, she should be able to land without a problem if she has a servant. Tosaka's lips move slightly. I can't hear what she said, but her eyes that look at me. You'll die if you get involved any longer. She coldly tells me that like it's the final warning. The heat that had cooled down returns. My thoughts get confused from the pain and heat. I can't save Saber. There's no reason for Shiro Emiya to fight. My wound hurts. I repeat those words in my head as I look down at the night view that swallowed Tosaka. It is a silent night. The wind blowing through the mountain forest is gentle, and the rustling of trees is as faint as a whisper. There are no birds singing about winter or beasts howling at the moon. There is only one passage that leads to the Ryudo Temple. The long stone stairs remain peaceful tonight as well. But others do not know. This place has already withstood 5 wars, each one a fight to the death. Many servants have challenged the Ryudo Temple. Berserker, Lancer, Rider, Saber, and Archer. The mountain is able to calmly enjoy the darkness thanks to the sorcerer that completely drove those 5 away. The long sword moves. Fortunately, it was a moonless night. The crescent-shaped arc of the moving sword is so elegant the moon would be ashamed of itself if it saw it.
聞いているのですか、アサシン。 あなたには門番を続けてもらうと言ったのです。
He ignores the purple mage, Castor. Assassin lowers his longsword and glances at the forest without interest.
いや、邪魔者がいてな。おかしな鳥を見かけたので切ってみたが、血も出なければ悲鳴もあげぬ。これはお前の同胞か、キャスター。
そう、監視役の使い魔ね。バーサーカーのマスターか、あのお嬢さんか。どちらにせよ、ここもそう長くは持たない。
Castor walks to the forest and looks down at the thing fallen on the ground. It is the corpse of an owl. A bird made out of crystal. A simple yet excellent spine creation probably made by Archer's master.
あのお嬢さんも運がないわね。もう少し無能なら教え子にしてあげてもよかったのに。
She steps on it. The amethyst crystals are crushed to pieces and scattered on the ground, shining like stars.
こんな輩も多いですし、マスターの守護は任せましたよ、アサシン。マスターが死んでしまっては私も消えざるを得ない。そうなればあなたとて存在してはいられない。消えたくなければ死ぬ気で門を守りなさい。
さて、死ぬ気でというのは難しいな。この小次郎、生まれてこの方、生きているという実感がない。そのようなものに決死を命じても無意味ではないかな、キャスター。
減らず口よ。勘違いはしないことね、アサシン。あなたは私が呼び出したサーバントよ。奴隷は奴隷らしく振る舞いなさい。
Quite contradictory, seeing how you act.
いいこと？主人に忠誠を誓えないのならここで消してしまうだけよ。
There is only enmity and contempt in Castor's voice. To her, assassin is only a tool. It is annoying enough for a tool to be talking, so it is natural for her to get irritated when it starts talking sarcastically.
そうか、それはしたり。カゲロウのごとき我が命だが、今消されるのは困る。一つ約束をしてしまったのでな。できるのならば果たしたいのだ。
なら言葉を慎みなさい。あなたはただここを守っていればいい。ええ、それが果たせた暁にはあなたを本物にしてあげるわ。宝具も持たない下級のあなたが英霊になれるのだから、命を懸ける価値はあるでしょ。
心配は無用だ。元より閣僚の身、与えられた役割を演じきってみせよう。だがいいのかな、キャスター。私も主人に忠実ではないが、お前とて不義理ではないか。こたびの件、マスターには内密であろう。
At that instant, Assassin's body explodes. An explosive sound. The curse Castor implanted into his body when he summoned has exploded. Oh. Well, Assassin's dead. The trees sway. Assassin is blown away and slammed into the forest, his chest pierced by his own ribs. His figure looks like a blooming flower. Oh.
これはまた
Oh, he's not dead.
日に日に度が過ぎていくな、キャスター。
黙りなさい。次に同じことを言わせるのならあと5日を待たずに消し去るだけよ。
まったく、女と精進は手に負えんというが、お前はいささか行き過ぎだ。
The flashy servant stands up slowly. Even though his ribs are coming out of his chest and he's bloody all over, the servant does not lose his elegance.
おお、そのような目で睨むな。美しい顔が台無しだぞ、キャスター。分かっている。お前のマスターには全て内密に行うのだろう。セイバーを捕らえたことも、私という門番がいることも隠し通す。良い美談ではないか。主人を思うその心意気、あの男に通じるといいのだ
アサシン、あなた。
な。何、ただの負け惜しみだ。どうあろうとお前には手を挙げられぬのだから、この程度のざれ言は許せよ。門は守る。 何があろうと守り通そう。だがそういうお前はどこに行く？私の守りは信用できぬか？
当然でしょう。あなたはただの保険よ。けどそれも終わり。セイバーさえ手に入れればこんなひなびた場所を神殿にすることもないわ。
陣地替えか。となると確かに私は用済みだが、このお山に勝る霊地があるとでも？
ええ、多少は劣るようだけど私にふさわしい場所があるわ。それに遠からずそこには足を運ぶのですもの。今すぐに行っても問題はないでしょう。
Assassin expression, which has been cool throughout, clouds up. Castor must have been satisfied to see that as her glossy lips smile.
そう、私たちの勝利は揺るがないのだから、先に商品を受け取りに行くの。新しい陣地と聖杯、それにセイバーという駒まで揃えた。これなら乗り気でない私のマスターも私の方針に異論は挟めないでしょう。
That is true. No matter how much Castor's master Soichiro Kuzuki wants to stay silent, he'll have no choice but to fight if the conditions line up so perfectly. But what is more certain than that is...
つまらない戦いはおしまい。聖杯さえ手に入れれば恐れるものは何もない。そう、誰であろうと私を阻むことはできなくなるのですからね。
Her loud laughter soils the night. The purple mage expresses her victory proudly. The swordsman with the iron longsword gives her a side glance and looks up at the sky. The time is near. No matter what the result may be, there are only 5 days remaining. Even though the number of days are unlikely to be used up, the swordsman who had survived the bloodbath felt that this would be a battle that could not be easily resolved. And I fall. I can't even breathe properly. The wound on my shoulder is red and swollen, and it hurts like crazy when I breathe. I'm unable to stay conscious. If I let my guard down, I'll fall asleep immediately. No, I'm not even sure if I'm awake in the first place. It's not even clear how I made it back here from that rooftop or why I came home. My thoughts become ambiguous. The only certain thing is my beating heart. Tosaka told me not to get involved, because I'm powerless and don't have a reason to fight anymore. But that's wrong. I knew more than anyone that I was powerless. I had a different reason for fighting. I can't just let it become a scar. Losing against others is inevitable. I'm used to getting knocked down, and I know that it's vexing that I can't reach them no matter what I do. But that is only when my opponent is someone else. I can't lose against myself. There's no factor that would make me lose if our powers are equal. To submit to an opponent like that would be like declaring that I'm wrong. My wound distorts. The blood seeps through my bandage. I hold it down with my right hand and glare at the darkness with my fading consciousness. The memory from 10 years ago. The words of the man that was my father. Even if I was wrong from the start, there's nothing wrong with the path I took. I wanted to become a hero of justice so that incident wouldn't just become a sad past. A time where everyone would be happy. I held on to the ideal where nobody would shed tears. For 10 years. It doesn't matter how much my mind doesn't function. What needs to be done had been determined from the start. I didn't fight because I became a master. I decided to fight because I believed that since it was something I could do, it was something I must do. I finally remembered something that was so obvious. I believe it is right, I will believe in this path until the very end. I can't just quit like this, and I won't let her fight by herself. For that sake, I'll sleep now. I won't let her call me a burden. I'll heal this wound in a night, and when I wake up in the morning, I'll definitely catch up to her, and finally repay her for what she did that night. You know, I'm noticing this after the Fate Path, too. Why is it that all date days end so fucking horribly? Well, I mean, I guess the Fate route one didn't end horribly, but it still had some horrible shit happen during it. Like, man. Anyway. I guess in the next one, we'll, see if Shiro is able to heal himself. And, we'll see what the fuck would possibly do at this point. Maybe get Saber back? I don't know. Maybe it can happen. Who can say? Anyway, I will see you all in the next one. Bye.